Good evening out there, and welcome to 30 Minutes with Edmond Safali. You have possibly watched hundreds and hundreds of Ugandan movies, but always wanted to know what are the views of a Ugandan movie director. Now in today's show, I bring you the gentleman who will help us know what it takes to produce a Ugandan movie. And in studio today, I'm blessed and honored to have Mr. DENIS DHIKUSOOKA Jr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So, tell us about yourself in the first place.
Well, I'm DENIS DHIKUSOOKA Jr. I'm a film producer and director. I also do writing. I work with Pearl Wonders Entertainment. And yeah, I've produced a few movies and TV series. Yeah, and I've been in this business for about now 7 years. 7 years?
Yes. And you look youthful.
Yeah, I'm 28.
28?
Yeah. 28
and you're already a movie director. Is that so easy?
Well, it depends on what perspective you're looking at it. But yeah, there are the good days and the bad days.
Yeah. Now, you're a young guy. Why filmmaking?
Well, personally, I'm fascinated by the idea of transforming stories into visuals, talking of bringing stories to life, imaginations, tales, fantasies, to visualize them, and someone has a chance to look at something that they would have just visualized or heard of in terms of stories, because we've had a lot of stories being told, books, novels, and all the different medias, but now we're talking of audio visual. Yeah, so the idea fascinates me. So
you're 28 years.
Yeah.
You have 7 years experience in this industry.
Exactly.
How many movies have you so far produced?
I've produced 7 movies.
7 movies?
Yeah.
Which area do you really look out for in those, the types of production?
I've produced horror movies, drama, and sci-fi of late.
So tell me, on a typical day, describe for me the things that you do as a movie director.
Well, being a director, you have to consider so many activities that run in a typical production day. So, for instance, if it is shooting, a typical day when shooting would be, first of all, waking up so early in the morning, organizing your cast, and being a director, you have to look at different departments and coordinate them, the different activities. We're talking about the cinematography, we're talking about the casting, we're talking about the makeup department, talk about the wardrobe. So all these departments you have to coordinate. So we're talking of waking up so early in the morning, have your cast do exercises, including the crew. Yes, they cannot go before camera looking so, you know, so they have to exercise, freshen up and everything. Then you report to, say, location or set, and then business as usual. So you have to do the different shots because they're laid down. You make sure the art department is on set and they are on cue, because whatever scene you have to cover or shoot, the actors or the characters have to be made up.
Can I assume that all those acts you're talking about, casting, lighting, sound, are done by different individuals, or you do them themselves?
Well, different individuals, but I do them mobilizing. Because you have to overlook all these things and see that they are happening promptly. Yes, because being a director, I mean, you have to make sure nothing goes out of plan. I mean, everything should go according to plan. So you oversee all the departments. And
the biggest obstacle that you've overcome to become a movie director?
Well, not going to film school and having to learn the hard way. You know, when you're doing this kind of, any kind of business, I must say, there is, I don't know, like a time phase of experience, gaining experience, or learning something. So not going to film school presented a very kind of tough road for me, because I had to learn everything the hard way. Yes, through experience, you crash here and there, but you have to get up and then know where you blundered and then correct, then again make another try until people really appreciate what you're doing.
Correct me, but I'm told you are possibly the first Ugandan to venture into this kind of science fiction movies.
Yeah.
Where do you get that interest to venture into this ambitious project?
About that, you see, most of the filmmakers have done stories about drama, about I don't know if they are so just easy to execute, but our viewers out there are lacking some part of entertainment, I must say. I mean, there are reasons why someone would go out there and go look for a Hollywood movie, because there's something that is lacking from the local productions. So I looked at an opportunity, something that has not been ventured into. Those are the kind of things I look out for. If they've not done sci-fi, if they've not done action, if they've not done, say, adventure type of movies, well, why not give it to them? Because they deserve to look at such things and produced locally. It would make it easy for them to associate with them. And
expensive it must have been.
Yes.
How did you handle?
Well, for now it is basically mobilization. It is not. There's still some kind of order or system that has to be put in place to help filmmakers, because these are really expensive projects, and the people we're competing with really invest in a lot. So right now it is mobilization, having friends pull over resources and having a few colleagues, pull together some funds and then have something being produced.
These productions are difficult to finance. Now tell me, from your perspective, how have you been able to go into the market and be appreciated? Well,
all you have to do is do something nice and people may like it. I mean, no one wouldn't wish to consume something that is nice. If you do something that is substandard, someone will chew it and spit it out. So all you have to do is just do something that's nice and people will like it. So marketing, as you market, your product should help you market itself. So you just have to make sure you do something that is nice, something that people can easily associate with, people can easily like.
And how difficult is it to finance these movie productions, especially to our Ugandan perspective?
Well, it is quite difficult because we have not yet, I'm speaking broadly, we have not yet mastered the art of filmmaking. There are so many departments, there are so many things you have to invest in. You're talking of props, you're talking of costumes, you're talking of dressing up characters, you're talking of all sorts of things, and all of them need money. Budgets can be so tight, you know. So it is actually difficult to finance these projects.
And you say these budgets can be so tight.
Yeah.
And if they're so tight and you have this production, this project like you've just come up with, this science fiction movie, then do you adjust? And if you do adjust then accordingly, does it affect the quality of the production?
Well, it doesn't affect the quality, but it affects other factors. For instance, the time frame. Because if you adjust the budget, that means you go out there again looking for more funds or looking for where to subdue the budget or something. So it doesn't affect the quality if you're really focused onto what you're doing, but it does affect the time frame. Because it will make it longer, and if it is longer, then that is again more coordination, more mobilization, and more funds again. So it just affects the time frame.
And as a courageous, creative movie director, never seen before, rate for me the quality of the perspective of the Ugandan movie. But before you answer that, let's go for a short commercial break. Thank you for staying tuned to 30 Minutes with Edmond Safali on Urban TV. And earlier on we have been talking about the art of direction. Now, Mr. DENIS, earlier on you told me you produced a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
And most of our Ugandan audiences doubt that you can ever do such a thing. Tell us about the story.
Well, this is the first of the kind in Uganda, I must say. It is about aliens invading Earth and then killing people. And then the remaining survivors go out in hiding and they try to fight them back through knowing their weaknesses and studying about them, knowing why they're here. Yeah, so it is basically a sci-fi and action. Action
movie.
Yes.
And I would request my producer to play a short clip of that movie.
Earth, the origin of our ancestors.
Another ship has hit the ground. These guys are up to something. We find out what, we know what we are dealing with.
You don't understand English, do you? These guys must be so smart. Whatever they did there, we might never know.
And now, who is she?
She was wandering about, and pretty special too.
How exactly is that?
Slowly raise your face for facial scanning.
I'm here to try my plan. How many humans are left here?
Let me understand this. You're telling me these intruders are from that planet?
The problem with you humans is your attachment.
My man was on the ship. I did a simple rescue mission. I'm sorry, Mom.
Sorry is what you tell your boyfriend after sleeping out. The president is pulling your unit out if this ever happens again. Am I clear?
The scattered survivors forgot the old world. Fragments of mankind, light years apart, lost contact.
I wouldn't do that. You're losing me here. Of all the viable sources, planets, continents, countries, why Uganda?
In the sky, we reach farther. On the ground, we strike harder.
There is no right time in such times.
Amy, don't forget who you're talking to.
The next time I get you around him, you will regret it.
Now, if you need to go out there, you have to show me that you're ready.
Don't engage. Let them drop.
It was the largest colonization effort in the history.
I have to admit that has been a nice production.
Well, thank you.
I may not be so good with the quality issues, but I think that's a nice production.
Well,
and actually it would interest me to go and watch. Tell me more about this small clip of the movie you're talking about.
Well, that is the new series that we're working on. Probably by May it will be out and showing. Yeah, I told you the story is more of an action. This is something that has not been in the industry right now. So this is something we're introducing, sci-fi and action. Yeah, so these guys fight the aliens and until the war goes on and on. Yeah, basically, it's an apocalyptic story.
Earth.
I asked you about your perspective of the quality of Ugandan movies so far. What's your take?
Well, the industry is developing. At least where we are now is not scaring. It's developing. I mean, it's been long. Yeah, but right now there's progress. There's progress. At least people are doing research, people are investing in, and we have people who are doing really good work out there.
I would really want to know, as a movie director, your highs and lows in this activating film industry.
Well, the biggest low is is the finance, of course. Yeah, some of these budgets are big to finance.
Let me understand this.
And the high part is the audience is always, the hands are always open. They are able, rather they are willing to receive whatever we do. They like what we do and they motivate us. I mean, if you're doing for people who are liking it and they want what you're doing, it motivates you and it gives you the joy. I mean, you feel like you're accomplishing your dream.
How stressful is your job?
Well, it is somehow, but of course when it's the part of enjoying the fruits, you forget about the stress. But it is kind of stressing, and it's stressing because we are kind of understaffed. We don't have the capability to have a very, very big crew like it is done in Hollywood. Because there everyone has a department and everything is so specialized and simplified. But here you find one person doing the work of 6 departments.
And we have a group of Ugandans who are so glued to Hollywood movies. They have kind of also shifted a little bit to Nigerian movies. How do you start interesting that group of people to be your fans?
Well, we promise to provide the best, to go out there and look for those stories, to use the best production techniques, so that this, and use captivating stories so that they can like and enjoy what we're doing. Yes. We don't bring boring things. We don't bring things they've watched and got tired of. So we always bring in something new into the industry. Yes.
There is another issue that I have noticed as a layperson, whereby you have these funny titles in African movie film industry. Let's say A marries B. You already know the plot already. Yeah. How are you going to change that issue of the technical screenwriting?
Research. Typical research. Because we don't, the problem with Ugandan filmmakers is they don't do research. Someone just thinks of doing a movie and is like, I have this story, someone goes, yeah, I think there's this one, and starts to write and gets a camera crew. They don't go into the technical part of it. How is the story done? How do you do a script? How do you do this? How do you look for a gist of the movie, the plot and everything? So that's the problem I have. But like I told you, the industry is changing, it's evolving, and more people who are knowledgeable about this thing are coming into the game. So we're expecting better results, and we're already seeing the good results coming up.
And you have produced a drama story.
Yeah.
You have produced 2 horror movies.
Yeah.
And now you're producing a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something from the financial angle. Do you have the market?
Well, yeah. The market is there because what we're doing, people like it. And if people like it, they're willing to consume it. You just have to keep maintaining the quality, you have to keep maintaining the captivating stories. Yeah, and you're on the right track. So the market is there.
In 1 second, your parting thoughts on an upcoming movie director?
Well, everything is, I mean, if you're out there and you want to join this industry, well, it is open. We are here trying to make good stories. You just have to do your research, be on point, and yeah, the audience is always there waiting to take in the good stuff.
And thank you very much for hosting and for coming to the show.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
And for that good production you did out there.
Thank you.
DENIS has actually typically shown us that the enemy of art is the absence of limitations. These are guys who are limited by different external facilitations. They do not have enough money. They are looking for a huge market out there, but they still produce something good. That they attempt to produce something quality. They do a lot of research, which needs a lot of financial obligations. But they still wake up every single morning to do a job. Not because they have the ability to do it, but they have the passion. Now, what is your take? Please remember to follow me on Twitter and like my page, the Edmond Safali team. And of course, like Urban TV. Till next time, bye.